we've been covering this a little bit this episode, but yeah, I mean, I think you and I still are both of the mindset that we think January might be the new ultimate low. So I think we're in that in between stage right now where, hey, we experienced 2022 already. So like the, terribleness of this year is over in 10 days. I mean, literally, it's not going to be here anymore. But,
Yep.
now there could still be other catalysts like that grayscale thing we're talking about that could drag the market down to its final low. But we're at the point now where the downside risk far outweighs the upside reward for most of the things that you would want to get into in this market. That's totally up to you, whatever it is you want to hold for, 5+ years or for the long term. But we're just getting to that point where, like, if you're waiting for that perfect price, it's going to start feeling foolish, I think, over the next few weeks and months.
Yep. I think, yeah, you're so close enough that it's not going to matter a whole lot. Just like don't blow it all in one buy. Save a little powder just in case. But now's a pretty good entry point.
Yeah, I think you're almost always going to regret blowing it all in one buy, no matter what the price is. Like, I mean, that's like what's the point of giving yourself one out to get something right?
Right.
I mean, you don't have to DCA every single day and have all these fees be eating up, but at least take different nibbles at it, I do want to have a little bit of extended conversation about, if we're talking about a 4-year cycle. So yeah, we've got the first year, which it depends on how you want to split it up, but you've got the initial bear market year that's just terrible. And, everybody that's going to die is going to die, not literally, but like figuratively in crypto or capitulate. Right. Then you kind of have that boring accumulation year. And that's what I want to focus on a little bit, because again, I think we're on the precipice of it. I think the majority of 2023, when we look back, I'm not just forecasting this. And again, it's not obviously financial advice, but I think a few years down the road, we're going to be comparing 2023 to 2019 as far as the last cycle, where I think most of this year, more so the second half of it, is going to be stagnant, almost where people might prefer a 2022 environment again, as weird as that is to say, if they have long-term conviction in crypto, because at least then when FTX went up in flames and all these other disasters happened, it was like, oh, I got to buy today. Like there's blood in the streets. 2023, you might, some of your favorite assets, you might be like, this is the same price it was a month ago, man.
Yeah.
Like it probably feels more like crypto is dead than just when things are crashing and it's probably a short-term overreaction. When things are just totally stagnant, it's like, how is this ever going to rip again? Like maybe the stuff I'm involved in is just dead. So what do you think about that idea that like an accumulation year like that, where there's not as much volatility, may maybe even shake people out or mess them up psychologically more than the bear market year?
Well, a lot of the moves that happen in crypto are, I don't know, the bear or the bull market. The majority of the moves happen in a 2-week period. I mean, the big moves anyway. It doesn't. It's not just like a steady, huge rise. It's it's that straight up trend that happens in just a few weeks. So I don't think this is going to be any different. It is going to chop around. It's kind of boring, but at least things are going in the right direction. Now, the last bull cycle that we had, Hex was brand new at that point. So we had something fun to do, and it was completely, different. But yeah, this one's going to be interesting. We'll have Pulse Chain, that'll be new. So I think it'll be good. I think, but again, you have to realize that the majority of the moves happen in a very short, condensed period of time. It's not spread out over months and months and months of just run up after run up. It doesn't work that way.
And you can see it in the charts. Yeah, you can really see it in the charts I was mentioning earlier. Like when you look at that first high in 2021, like in May, I mean, yeah, that huge rise up is not a lot. I mean, just look at like 2019 to 2021. It's just, between May and November, and we lost a lot in between those two mountain peaks there. But yeah, very quick rises up to those two numbers. So that's why, like, right now, when people are like sitting here waiting for the perfect buying opportunity. It's like buying anything right now is and just buying lots of it continuously over the next year and a half or whatever is just going to pay off likely if you're getting into something that isn't going to die. And, as long as your portfolio isn't full of like a million different tokens and you're really educated on what you're invested in, you're probably going to do okay,
Yeah. Yep.
So that's just something to remember. Like, these prices, even though we're sick of them at this point, and it's like, oh yeah, 2.5 cent hex. Well, man, I mean, like we're going to be sitting somewhere in 2025 where that is a distant memory. So sometimes, the perspective thing never gets old, I find. Like with me, I think everybody needs that reminder every now and then that, because we wake up every day and we see these same prices and you get bored and tired of it, you got to have that proper perspective. So hopefully we kind of provided a little bit of that. So
hopefully.